Every morning, millions of men over 50 start their day with a cup of coffee, believing it's just a simple routine to wake up and get moving. But what if that same cup could actually help bring back stronger, healthier erections? No pills, no prescriptions, just a few natural additions science says make a real difference. You've been told coffee is just caffeine and water. That's not true, and new research proves it. Studies from Johns Hopkins, the University of Texas, and the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that certain natural ingredients, when combined with coffee, can improve blood flow, boost testosterone, and even restore performance, no matter your age. Yet almost no one talks about it. Why? Because these solutions can't be patented or sold as high-priced medications. You start to notice your energy fading, your confidence drops. What used to feel natural now takes effort, or doesn't happen at all. These changes aren't just getting older, they're signals that your circulation, hormone balance, and nutrient levels need support. And believe it or not, the right morning coffee mix can help bring that back. In this video, we'll reveal 10 proven ingredients you can add to your coffee that have been linked to better blood flow, higher testosterone, and restored vitality. Even for men in their 70s and 80s. We'll go from the most common to the most powerful, and the number one on this list has been shown in studies to improve erectile function by over 60% without any medication. Before we begin, tell us in the comments, how do you take your coffee each morning, and what's the biggest challenge you've noticed with your energy or performance? We'll be reading and replying to share personalized tips that fit your lifestyle. Now let's start with number one, something most men already have in their kitchen, but never realize could make this kind of difference. Number one, L-citrulline powder. Add a scoop to your coffee and feed the nitric oxide engine that drives erections. Start by knowing what L-citrulline does. It's an amino acid your body converts into L-arginine, and that then helps produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide relaxes small blood vessels, which raises blood flow into the penis during arousal. Oral L-citrulline is better absorbed than taking L-arginine directly, so it's the smart choice if you want to support blood flow with a daily supplement. A clinical trial showed measurable improvement in erection hardness after 1 month of oral L-citrulline in men with mild erectile dysfunction, with about half of participants regaining normal firmness in that small study. How to use it in coffee. Buy pharmaceutical grade L-citrulline powder from a reputable brand. Start with 1 gram mixed into a warm cup of coffee, stirred until dissolved. After a week, if you tolerate it well and aren't taking medications that interact, you can increase to 2 to 3 grams per day, split across morning and later in the day. It dissolves fine in hot liquid and doesn't change the coffee's taste much. The reason to split doses is practical. Citrulline raises nitric oxide for a few hours, so 2 doses give better coverage across the day when sexual activity is likely. Mix it into your regular coffee routine so it becomes a habit rather than another pill to remember. What to expect and how fast. Small trials and user reports show effects in days to a few weeks. Expect gradual improvement, firmer erections over time, improved stamina, and better response to sexual stimulation. If you already use prescription ED drugs, citrulline can add benefit for some men, and a 2018 small study showed that a combination of L-citrulline and resveratrol helped men who needed more than PDE5 inhibitors alone. But don't mix medications or stop any prescription without talking to your doctor first. Why it works for older men. With age, the endothelium lining of blood vessels becomes less responsive and the nitric oxide system slows. Citrulline helps revive that pathway from inside the body rather than forcing it with drugs. That's why a daily scoop in coffee can be a low-effort, low-risk way to support erections as you age. Remember, it improves the plumbing. Sexual desire and hormone levels are a separate issue and may need their own attention. Number 2, beetroot powder or nitrate shot. Wake up nitric oxide production and improve raw blood flow. Beetroot brings nitrates, and nitrates convert via oral bacteria into nitrite and then nitric oxide. That cascade widens small vessels and lowers vascular resistance, which improves blood flow throughout the body. The same mechanism that helps athletes get better blood flow to working muscles also helps the tiny arteries that need to fill for an erection. Meta-analyses and trials show beetroot juice lowers blood pressure and improves endothelial function. By that logic, beetroot can support erectile performance where reduced blood flow is the cause. How to add it to coffee. Use high-quality beetroot powder or a small shot of concentrated beet juice. A teaspoon of powdered beetroot stirred into a cup of coffee works if the taste is okay for you. If you don't like the earthiness, mix it with a tablespoon of cocoa powder, see section 3, or a dash of cinnamon to mask flavor. Drink it on an empty stomach in the morning or with your coffee. Nitrates convert faster when oral bacteria are active, so avoid mouthwash right before. Typical effective doses in studies were equivalent to 70 to 250 milliliters beet juice or a similar nitrate amount. In powdered form, follow product dosing and start low to test tolerance. Expected benefits and timing. Blood pressure and endothelial effects show up within hours and can last a day or two, so consistent daily use gives the best results. For erections, improved blood flow can translate into firmer responses within a week or a few weeks for many men. Keep in mind that beetroot helps circulation but won't fix nerve damage or severe structural problems. For many older men, improved vascular health is a major piece of the puzzle. Safety and important warnings. If you take nitrates in prescription form or use PDE5 inhibitors, talk to your doctor before adding concentrated dietary nitrates. Combining nitrate sources and PDE5 drugs can cause a drop in blood pressure. Also, beetroot increases urine and stool redness in some people, harmless but alarming if unexpected. If you have a history of kidney stones, check with your clinician because beets are high in oxalates. Number 3, unsweetened cacao or dark cocoa powder. Plant flavonols that improve endothelial response and mood. Cacao contains flavonols that raise nitric oxide availability and improve endothelial function. Good quality dark cocoa or unsweetened cacao powder added to coffee can slightly boost vessel dilation and help blood flow. Beyond the vascular effects, cacao lifts mood and can increase arousal through mild dopamine and phenylethylamine pathways, which matters because psychological factors often worsen erectile problems in older men. Epidemiological data link higher flavonoid intake to lower incidence of erectile dysfunction. How to use it in coffee. Choose a minimally processed, high flavonol cacao powder. Look for 70% plus cocoa if you use chocolate chips. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons to your coffee and stir. It makes a mocha-style drink. If you prefer sweetness, use a small amount of stevia or a touch of honey rather than sugar, since weight gain and high blood sugar blunt erectile function. The combination of beet powder and cacao is common. Beet improves raw blood flow. Cacao supports endothelial response and mood, so they complement each other. What the evidence says. Trials on cocoa and dark chocolate show improved flow-mediated dilation, a marker of endothelial health, and lower blood pressure in the short term. That increases the chance of stronger erections in men whose ED has a vascular cause. It's not a miracle, but as part of a morning routine, it supports the same nitric oxide pathway targeted by citrulline and beetroot. Number 4, Panax red ginseng extract, adaptogenic root with clinical evidence for erectile function. Panax ginseng, and especially red ginseng, has a history of use for sexual dysfunction and has been subject to randomized trials. Systematic reviews and meta-analyses find an effect in favor of red ginseng for erectile function versus placebo, though certainty varies across studies. Ginseng appears to improve erectile function modestly, possibly via nitric oxide pathways, improved energy, and reduced fatigue, factors that matter in older men. A Cochrane assessment and other reviews show benefit, though the effect size is moderate and study quality ranges from low to moderate. How to add it to coffee: use standardized red ginseng extract powder or a liquid tincture. Powdered ginseng blends into coffee if you stir it well. Start with a small dose, e.g. 200 to 400 milligrams of standardized extract in the morning. Stable commercial extracts give a consistent dose. Raw root varies widely. If you take a tincture, a few drops in a cup of coffee is fine. Stick with a reputable brand and avoid blends that mask doses with filler herbs. What to expect and how long to try it. Benefits tend to show after several weeks of daily use. Expect modest but real gains in desire and erection quality for some men. Ginseng also helps energy and overall stamina, which can indirectly improve sexual performance. If you don't notice any change after 8 to 12 weeks, it's reasonable to stop and reassess. Number 5, pomegranate powder or juice. Antioxidant-rich fruit with randomized data on erections. Pomegranate brings polyphenols and antioxidants that support endothelial health and reduce oxidative stress. A small randomized crossover trial found pomegranate juice improved erectile function scores in men with mild to moderate erectile dysfunction over short periods, and other studies link pomegranate extracts to vascular benefits. As with cacao and beetroot, the mechanism is mainly improved blood flow and reduced oxidative damage in vessels. For an easy coffee add-in, use a teaspoon of pomegranate powder or a splash, 30 to 60 milliliters, of concentrated pomegranate juice mixed into coffee or a morning drink. How it fits with the other 4. Pomegranate pairs well with cacao or citrulline. Citru-based amino acids give the raw nitric oxide building blocks. Beetroot supplies dietary nitrates. Cacao improves endothelial response. Ginseng brings an adaptogenic boost, and pomegranate reduces oxidative stress, so those systems run cleaner. Together they attack the main vascular and energy weaknesses that cause erectile decline with age. Combining them sensibly and consistently is more likely to help than random one-offs. Number 6, vitamin D3. Correct a common deficiency that quietly wrecks blood flow and hormones. Vitamin D shows up again and again in studies of male sexual health. Low vitamin D levels are linked to worse erectile function, and men with deficiency tend to have higher rates of vascular problems that make erections harder to get and keep. Research reviews explain how vitamin D affects endothelial function and nitric oxide signaling, the same pathways that let blood fill the penis. And many clinicians now check vitamin D when they investigate erectile problems. That doesn't mean every man with ED will fix it with a pill of D3, so don't mistake this for a magic cure. Clinical trials are mixed. Some show benefit in men who were deficient. Others find no clear improvement after routine supplementation. The practical take is simple and useful. If your vitamin D level is low, correcting it can remove one biological barrier to good blood flow and healthy hormone balance. If your level is already normal, extra D3 probably won't move the needle on erections. How to use it in coffee. Use a liquid D3 that mixes into your morning cup. Many brands sell drops that dissolve in warm liquid. The important step before dosing is measuring 25 OH vitamin D with a blood test and working with your clinician. If you're low, clinicians commonly recommend daily replacement. Doses vary by deficiency level, until levels reach the target range, then a maintenance dose. Don't guess, overdosing is avoidable but real when people take very high amounts for long periods without monitoring. What to expect and how fast. If deficiency is the issue, you may notice better energy, slightly improved mood, and over weeks to months, improved vascular markers. Any effect on erections will be gradual and more likely when vitamin D was low to start with. If ED is mainly from artery disease, nerve damage, or major hormone problems, D3 alone won't fix it. Testing first gives you the best chance of seeing benefit. Number 7, zinc. Fix a common mineral gap that supports testosterone and sexual function, but don't overdo it. Zinc is a basic, cheap mineral with a real role in male reproductive health. Low zinc links to lower testosterone, poorer sperm quality, and worse sexual function in several studies and reviews. In men who are deficient, supplementing zinc can raise testosterone and improve markers that matter for erections and libido. That makes zinc a sensible option to add to your morning routine if testing shows you're low or your diet is poor in zinc. How to use it in coffee. Choose a well-absorbed form like zinc picolinate or zinc citrate and start with modest supplemental amounts rather than megadoses. Think small, steady correction rather than a short, high-dose blitz. You can dissolve certain zinc powders into coffee or take a capsule with your drink. If you eat shellfish, red meat or dairy regularly, you may already have good intake and may not need extras. What to expect and how fast. If zinc deficiency is part of the problem, hormones and sexual function can improve over weeks. Sperm parameters take longer, but subjective improvements in libido and erection firmness are often reported sooner. Track symptoms and, if possible, repeat a blood zinc test after a couple of months to confirm you've corrected a deficiency without overshooting. Number 8, ashwagandha extract. Lower stress, restore testosterone and sharpen sexual drive. Ashwagandha is one of the best supported herbal options for men's sexual health. Randomized trials using standardized extracts show improvements in sexual function scores and modest rises in testosterone and DHEA in some groups. And the herb reliably lowers cortisol and perceived stress, an effect that directly helps libido and erectile response when psychological stress is part of the problem. For many older men, stress and sleep disruption are hidden drivers of poor erections, and ashwagandha addresses that axis. How to use it in coffee. Use a high-quality, standardized ashwagandha extract. Brands often list with analyte content. Typical clinical doses range from about 250 to 600 milligrams per day. Many studies use 300 milligrams twice daily or 600 milligrams once daily. Start at the lower end to test tolerance. You can stir a powdered extract into your coffee or use a capsule alongside your cup. Taste is earthy, so many prefer capsules. Give it 6 to 8 weeks for effects to build. What to expect and how fast. Expect stress and sleep improvements within a few weeks and sexual improvements over 4 to 8 weeks if you respond. Some men see better morning erections and firmer responses as stress drops and testosterone edges up. Others get more energy and stamina first. If you don't notice any change after about 2 months, reassess dose, product quality, and whether the problem has other medical causes. Number 9, omega-3 powder, microencapsulated fish or algae oil. Add a scoop and support the blood flow engine. Omega-3s, EPA and DHA help the lining of your blood vessels work better, and better vessel function means better blood delivery to everywhere that needs it, including the penis. Multiple trials and a recent meta-analysis found that N3 polyunsaturated fatty acid supplements improve endothelial function, measured by flow-mediated dilation, which is the most direct lab measure of small vessel health. That effect is exactly what you want if reduced blood flow is a main cause of weaker erections. How to put it in coffee without the fishy taste. Use a microencapsulated omega-3 powder or an algae-derived omega-3 powder. These products trap the oil in a stable powder matrix so it won't oxidize or make your drink smell like fish. They mix into warm drinks and meal replacement shakes and are designed for exactly this kind of use. Start with a single serving that provides roughly 500 to 1,000 milligrams combined EPA plus DHA and work up toward a daily 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams target if tolerated and if your doctor agrees. Microencapsulated powders also avoid the burps and aftertaste that come with liquid oils. What to expect and the timing. The vascular benefits of omega-3s show up over weeks to months. You may notice small gains in stamina, less fatigue, and slowly firmer responses as endothelial function improves and inflammation drops. For measurable shifts in vessels, the trials usually run at least 6 to 12 weeks. Omega-3s are not an instant fix, but they help the plumbing over time. Practical routine: stir 1 scoop of a quality microencapsulated omega-3 powder into your warm coffee, latte, or bulletproof style drink each morning. If the texture feels odd, blend for a few seconds. Track energy, morning erections, and any changes in blood pressure readings over 6 to 12 weeks. If you take prescription ED meds or blood thinners, explain the plan to your clinician first. The goal here is steady vascular support, a background upgrade to how your circulation performs day after day. Number 10, saffron extract. A small pinch, measurable gains in function and desire. Saffron is not just a spice. In several randomized trials and systematic reviews, standardized saffron extract produced measurable improvements in erectile function scores and helped sexual function tied to antidepressant use. Doses used in many trials are small, typically around 30 milligrams per day, yet they delivered better erection scores and higher satisfaction compared with placebo in men with mild to moderate ED or drug-related sexual dysfunction. That makes saffron a candidate for men who want a plant-based, low-dose option to add to their morning routine. How to use it in coffee: use a clinically standardized extract or a reputable saffron powder. The clinical pattern used in many trials is roughly 15 milligrams twice daily or 30 milligrams once daily of a standardized extract. A tiny pinch of true high-quality saffron threads or a measured drop of extract in your coffee will do. Saffron is potent, so a little goes a long way. If you prefer capsules, take them with your coffee. If you use powdered threads, steep them briefly in hot water, then add to coffee for a subtle floral note. What to expect and how fast? Saffron trials often show improvements within a few weeks, sometimes as early as 4 weeks. Effects include better erection scores, improved intercourse satisfaction, and reduced SSRI-related sexual symptoms in several studies. Like other sensible approaches, saffron helps part of the problem: stress, mood, and some vascular pathways, but it won't reverse major arterial disease or nerve damage on its own. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video and share it with someone who could use a better start to their mornings. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below which of these coffee boosts you're going to try first.